Goodness, my name's Earl. I help with OR3D. I know Rob's did a brief overview this morning about the company and obviously the relationship with Veesus, which has been on for the last 5 years. I first was introduced to the marks. It was very much, as Rob mentions, when we started this business, very much a straightforward service operation to companies, particularly from the mechanical engineering side of things. So there are a lot of you guys coming from sales, we're very much coming from mechanical engineering. So typically the piece of equipment like you'll see on the top level is arms, so metrology grade systems, so we're used to those sort of things. And then I'll move into sort of civil solutions, orbital scans, that sort of thing, just precedented a lot by clients, and they're interested in scanning data and combining data sets. So we had issues of, well, how do we combine be it a Leica scan, a Xenon scan, or a Faro scan, large area scanners with scans for Handel solutions to our solutions. And of course, we're dealing with different systems, and so having something that would be able to was completely vendor neutral from that perspective, as far as being able to bring in those disparate data sets in and then being able to show clients what's missing, and hence this is where we found Veesus. And the package really just sort of hit the marks for us to go from there as we grew, just as Veesus incredibly as we've then developed as a reseller for the software behind a lot of development with new functionality, just with the likes of Nick and other members of the team being very reactive, very quick on what's possible. So I'll say keep this fairly short, but as I say, we're typically looking in a range of different sectors, and the usual sort of bragging rights, as I say, these are people we work with, and again, coming in with a different list of requirements from the sub-nanometer through to X-ray systems, which of course you're involved with, through to large facilities. So we have a habit of writing out saying yes, we can do it, and then explain to the guys what we can do it. So, but what I want to show you today, this morning, is the Mantis 6. Again, we've been working with Mantis Vision for the last 5 years. So they're an Israeli firm based just outside Tel Aviv, and initially they started with a system that was used for acting field. That was their key things, was designing a handheld system that could be used out in the field without the requirements of needing any reference geometry to start stitching together, which you particularly get with other systems. And it was very much considered a complementary solution to your auto scanners. So it was very much a case of moving handheld systems out on site or out in the field that would add an additional level of flexibility in capturing data that you would struggle potentially to do with the traditional tripod-mounted systems. So they came up with what was the F5 then, which was a system that came in 2 variants. There was a long-range version, typically up to about 4.5 meters, and this F6 a similar sort of field of operation, and then there's a short range, so again for closer work. And again, this ability to combine those data sets and bring them to data studios is key. It was around about the beginning of this year that the F6 came onto market, and the key areas for this was this ability to add colour. And just to speak from the last presentation, colour does add a certain amount of extra to the representation, and so that was seen as a very important area of a single key part of the image. So I colour cameras at it. But as I say, it's a single structured system, so it will then work on all dark conditions through to daylight to a extent that issues over direct sunlight, but typically working in most lighting conditions. So that's the system, and then so the key system is the speed of it being able to work. And so a little bit of the technology, and say this, the unique selling point as far as it being able to use its ability to use the geometry of what's in front of it to actually very quickly create 3D scan data in the actual what they're actually scanning. So this is just a very quick product video which just gives you an idea of what's working. I'll do some demos at the end of it, but it's a little bit easier to see. You've already seen the data set that Rob was showing earlier. Some engine box, these sort of objects, again, very quickly being able to get geometry what you want. At the moment, you see it's connected to Surface Pro, so it's a USB connection, so it could be a laptop. You'll bring your own device in this scenario. It could be a ruggedized tablet, but as you said, there's no requirement for any targets. Where that's important, or if you're actually then wanting to link that into a control network, to then bring that in with ultra scans and looking at extra detail, which is again another workflow that we do a lot with, combining these two systems, then it is possible to extract data points from spheres, data points from checkboards as well. We've also used Arena for the means of aligning data sets as well, so it's possible to connect these things. But as I say, they're seen as very much a complementary solution. The one has this ability to actually link scanners together. So if you've got a number of these scanners together, you can actually link to give you a full complete picture. So because this is actually converting 2D frames, or actually 2D videos with things into 3D frames in real time, it is possible to link those all together so you get a full inconsistent things. And this has been really useful for some clients where they're looking at taking dynamic measurements, or maybe the case the part is moving, or they're on an object moving, could be say on a cherry pick or a nuke or something, and you're needing to get in and get some detail. But being able to work with a system that doesn't mind movement, in fact, it possibly encourages it. As long as that shape isn't changing, then you can scan that object and then stitch those various 3D frames together. So it opens up a lot of opportunities where traditional static-based systems couldn't be deployed in that particular environment. So again, being able to work with the tools that you have, and this is where the F6 cuts itself. As for rings is the resurgence with virtual reality and actually next to augmented reality as a company that are very keen on being able to actually sort of push this through as far as deploying that. And within the software itself, this ability to work with seamlessly straight into advanced space archive office comes with the software as well. So this is our Wales location. I'd love to say that's my house, it's not. But this was probably used for shooting us a lot of pheasant shooting up there. We can come up from the south and shoot pheasants in late autumn. So we had opportunities to go and scan the property over there. And as I say, as far as getting data as quickly as it was all taking minutes ago, we very quickly getting that geometry and just using what's there for whatever is going on to Handel. So very fast. And that gives the results mesh out of Echo, which is the software that comes with the package. So again, speed of This is a bit of master zone data, so 60 seconds in capture time. So checking on for system for this rate for crash testing systems very quickly go in, scan it before things start moving, and then kill the data they need for so this is the this is not really interesting. So what we get involved in for this is actually short range data, and again we were using a real 4D to actually then simulate to animate the data for some landing gear here. One of our clients is EasyJet, and this is and we also be able to show exactly what was possible from the scanners. And again, short range, and there is a short range version. Yes, it's coming out in the next months, which is similar sort of size but much higher point density. So when you're looking at this much smaller objects, that you'll be able to use the short range to get even more details. So we'll get involved in the M6 is pretty good for objects this sort of size. It's got a table sort of size. But if you're then wanting to look at very small, fine details, then point density is probably not going to get a short range to fix up those levels of detail. So again, it depends really what you're trying to do. In this particular case, we were bringing this into some inspection software. This is Control X, and this was a query that actually EasyJet approached us with. They wanted to work out issues with bird damage and air damage. So how very quickly can you get information about whether that aircraft is serviceable, able to go out and apply again, or whether it needs to be taken online. The engineers over at Luton were using archaic means of measuring this information. So is there a system that we can use to very quickly scan and bring in some software to give us that information to know if we've got a go-no-go situation. So working with Geomagic, who's deal with reverse engineering and set of software and a particular workflow to actually work out how we can categorize those dents and how they go up. Because with all these sort of things, it's a case of how is not necessarily if it's a big dent, there's a problem, it's whether that dent is closer to a critical component. And so being able to do that. And with the short range version, we were able to very quickly, without the need of having to put reference targets down and the rest of it, then very quickly get that information quickly. So Mantis was key in being able to show that particular application. This is a bit of the M4 Boston Manor that we were using equipment just before the Olympics where they closed it down. And again, these are on the top of the pier heads, so there's not a lot of room to work with, so very difficult to put a traditional laser scanners in position. Getting the details of things like the bearings in places is not easy to do. And so, in that case, these were the F5s a few years ago. But it shows the use of this sort of technology to get in very tricky places. And so, that was an interesting application. That's easy to see. So again, cracks, more pushed applications. So this is concrete cracks that we're looking at for spooling. Again, on the sides of pier heads, we were just using driveways as an example. It's not particularly easy to see the point cloud that comes out here, but I'll show you the next image of what we did with the scan data. But being able to sort of follow the cracks, and then with the software we'll be able to actually start going up on maps on exactly the quality of those cracks, and then being able to take those measurements. that ability to get measurements, what you need. And finance was we were to show a few weeks ago. This here, it's just this big wood mural piece that was sort of above us, and I'd say it's around about 15 meters long. So that's the sort of top of here, which is starting up here. So there's a high roof, it's through the apex of the roof there, and I just walked along the whole thing for a couple of minutes and get the data. Obviously, it's a question of a lot longer and it's a bit work. From that ability to then take very quickly to get data, this is sort of system work where it's sort of system as well.
So,
there you go.
So, I will very quickly, and we'll do some demos after lunch and the rest of it, but I've been scratching on how fast this is. It's all very straightforward. You've got one button, start, stop, manage this. And so this is the software that we use or choose to interface. So I know I'm not about to short to see, but what we've got here, you can see is a live readout of what's pointing at. So it's actually converting 3D point cloud as if we're actually moving on. I'll run through. I'll commando roll in first and then run through. That's the next step. Don't stand still because I can't stitch things that change. But I'll say they say, "Oh, we really fun to use." And then let's just start recording. And what I'll do before Brian is there. And you want to kind of watch to see it to prove that I've done it, but hopefully try and actually sell something. So maybe I'll choose someone who doesn't sell it, but what we've got here. So that's what usually volunteers sort of very quickly. in that, and there's no problem in adding in the rest of the data and the rest of it. But as I say, I'll leave it up there, doing some producing, some demos with that, and some motion. Okay?